It was a night of peaceful protest in Ferguson, Missouri, a suburb of St. Louis, as demonstrators again called for justice in the fatal police shooting of African-American teenager Michael Brown. Heavily armed local police were replaced by state highway patrol officers who stayed out of the way of demonstrators. Crowds even cheered as the new officer in charge marched with protesters. Captain Ron Johnson grew up here.
It means a lot to me personally that we break this cycle of violence, diffuse attention, and build trust, showing the utmost respect for every interaction with every citizen.
Calm returned to the community after 4 nights of violent confrontations between protesters and police who fired tear gas to disperse them. The crowds demanded that police release the name of the officer who shot Brown, and after days of waiting to do so because of safety concerns, Ferguson Police Chief Thomas Jackson finally identified him as Darren Wilson.
He's been a police officer for 6 years, has had no disciplinary action taken against him. He was treated for injuries which occurred on Saturday.
Police also said the teenager was a suspect in a convenience store robbery before he was confronted by the officer. The circumstances of the encounter and shooting remain unclear. Witnesses say the white officer shot Brown even though he had his hands in the air and allegedly told Wilson not to shoot. President Obama urged calm and vowed a complete investigation into the shooting.
Now is the time for an open and transparent process to see that justice is done. And I've asked that the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney on the scene continue to work with local officials to move that process forward.
As the investigation continues, more demonstrations are planned both in the community and nationwide, following similar protests that have been held in nearly 100 U.S. cities. Chris Simkins, VOA News, Washington.